eye open. The only thing that can stop the freight train that America has always been is ourselves. And that, my friends, is the danger of our current state and the 2020 election. In 1838, a 28-year-old lawyer named Abraham Lincoln gave a speech at the Lyceum in Springfield, Illinois, warning about the forces that might tear the U.S. apart from within. His warning still rings eerily true today. It goes exactly like this. From whence shall we expect the approach of danger? Shall some transatlantic military giant step the earth and crush us at a blow? Never. All the armies of Europe and Asia could not by force take a drink from the Ohio River or make a track on the Blue Ridge in the trial of 1,000 years. No, if destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher. As a nation of free men, we will live forever or die by suicide. Lincoln was right. The undoing of this great nation can only happen from within. True, we were attacked by an invading enemy when the virus from China hit us, but that's not the greatest threat to the United States of America. The greatest threat to the United States remains those inside this country who would rather tear it down. The ones who spew hatred and venom toward our institutions of government, from the Constitution to historical statues, to our belief system, our religion, and our way of life. They have anointed themselves enforcers of our thinking through force, destruction of property, intimidation, threats, and outright physical violence. They lied to you. They have an agenda, and it doesn't include you, and it doesn't involve the silent victim of crime, the ones who go quietly, unannounced, and unheralded. In order to steal your freedom, they lied to you on everything from the president's handling of the coronavirus to their assertion that police in this country are systemically racist murderers, which has denigrated law enforcement, causing them to be targeted, shot, killed. The Black Lives Matter movement, receiving support from many Americans after the horrific death of George Floyd on May 25th, was engulfed by Black Lives Matter, the organization, a completely separate organization that does not believe in the nuclear family and promotes Marxist and communist ideology. Their ideology and belief system is contrary to our democratic system of government. Very often joined by members of Antifa, an alleged anti-fascist group. They wreak havoc against courthouses, businesses, neighborhoods, towns, and cities, promoting the leftist policy of hate. And the founder of Black Lives Matter has just connected with a pro-Chinese Communist Party to join up. After all, Joe Biden says China's not our enemy. I would think he would say that since he outsourced jobs there, brought his son Hunter there, and accessed $1.5 billion from the Chinese for a hedge fund company. The left lies to you when they say we will be a better country if we defund the police. One of the first cities to do this was Milwaukee, who just this week had a meeting because they couldn't understand why crime has gone up. They actually called on the police chief to explain why there was so much crime. Are these people stupid? At Joe Biden's Democrat National Convention, no one even mentioned the violent protests, looting, arson, and chaos occurring in our cities like Los Angeles, New York, Milwaukee, Chicago, St. Louis, Atlanta, Portland, Seattle, let alone condemn the criminals and the chaos. And they lie to us, and they tell us these are peaceful protests.
What you're seeing behind me is one of multiple locations that have been burning in Kenosha, Wisconsin over the course of the night.
They lie to us when they tell us America was never that great. Please explain to me why people risk dying to come here, or why they kick and scream if we choose to deport them back to their country of origin. I guess it's not all that bad. They lied to us about the pandemic when they said the president hasn't done enough. When the president closed the borders to foreign nationals from China and later Europe, he was referred to as hysterical, a xenophobe. On that day, the president declared January 31 a national health emergency. Nancy Pelosi was telling people in February, go to Chinatown, celebrate our diversity. Bill de Blasio, his administration, was doing the same thing. In the meantime, the president had the coronavirus task force put in place, and he put them before the American people on a daily basis so Americans knew exactly what was going on and allowed those experts to be cross-examined by the press. Meanwhile, Joe Biden was having a rally in March, to the extent that Joe Biden even has a rally. So in April, Joe writes an op-ed piece on how he would be better to handle the virus than the President Trump, and both the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times said the president was already doing what this guy just came up with and that candidate Biden had written about. It's no surprise. Joe's not on top of a lot of things. This week, the president, in an effort to upend the hatred young people have in this country, has started the 1776 Project to counter the New York Times 1619 Project, which is used in our schools in America throughout this country to educate our children about how racist a country the United States is and to encourage rioters to destroy property in the name of social justice. The 1619 Project goal is to advance reparations. We find ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, fighting the forces of darkness that are threatening our nation, and there is only one way out of that, and that is by keeping the torch of truth and allowing it to light our way forward. Abraham Lincoln was right. Your job is to fight for the America that our founding fathers envisioned, one where you can follow your dreams and pursue your happiness. The path we're on, with the greatest economy, the strongest military, and a leader who wanted America to be proud and prosperous, not the one that the left progressive socialists want to impose on us. You have 45 days to decide. You can decide on the truth or the lies. And that's my open. Let me know what you think on my Facebook and Twitter, #Judge Jeanine. And if you like my opens, you love my new book, Don't Lie to Me, available right now for pre-order, coming out on Tuesday of next week.